guys. Welcome to the Save Continue podcast, where every week we get together and talk about video games and video game related stuff.
It's
I'm
true.
Shanae Howard. That lovely voice is Thomas Shelby.
Hello. Hi.
And also joining us every week is Ryan Robinson.
Hi, it's me. There's the Roku.
And how are you guys this week?
Excellent.
Oh, fuck.
Great. Doing good.
What?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Well, nothing's wrong now. I just made a. Sticky notes is a tricky thing.
Right.
Well, I guess sticky notes in and of itself isn't a tricky thing. I think sometimes the conveniences that Windows 10 tries to give you with the size of Windows can be a tricky thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So for a quick second, my sticky note covered the entire screen over you guys' faces.
Oh, that's
Cool.
fine. We're hideous monsters.
Sure, but now we're all.
But
good.
no, I'm doing real well this week, Shanae. Real well. Been playing lots of games and just kind of hanging out.
Nice. What games
Yeah.
have you been playing?
Well, I finished up all the trophies for The Last Blade 2. And then Ryan sent me a copy of Samurai Showdown in the mail.
Ooh.
And I'm just about finished with all those trophies. And then I've been playing a lot of King of Fighters 13. And that's really about it.
Nice. What
Yeah.
about you, Ryan? What have you been up to?
Much the same, honestly. Been just playing the same games that have been in my rotation. Still Street Fighter. I've been playing City Skylines. Me and Kaylee have been playing City Skylines next to each other, and it turns out I'm a bad mayor. So
I mean, we've known that.
sure.
Yeah.
So I thought that the way to solve my problem of not having enough money to fund city projects was just to raise the taxes.
Sure.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I raised the
My
taxes,
daughter,
and they all
my
left.
daughter's been playing that game. It's free right now, right? So my daughter's been playing it. And, she started the city, and she laid down power, right?
Yeah.
And zoned it. And then people started moving in.
Mm-hmm.
But they were all unhappy.
Sure.
So she, unzoned it to get them to leave. until she's better prepared,
She was like, if you don't like it,
Yeah.
then get out.
It's pretty fun.
Either ride or die, bitch.
Also, I'm still playing through Days Gone, which is a game that I enjoy mechanically, but like I said before, Deacon still sucks. That guy sucks a lot, as a matter of fact.
Fuck them.
But what are you gonna do, right?
You know what's funny is you've been talking about that, right? And I just so happen to have another friend who is also playing Days Gone right now, who loves Deacon.
I don't get it. I
Yeah.
really don't. That guy is...
And I've played too little of that game to make a decision one way or the other.
I don't
but-
know him, but Ryan
yeah.
doesn't like him, so I won't fuck with him.
it's
Brian
just-
doesn't. I don't. I
it's
trust my
just-
friends' opinions.
Yeah, clearly. But, he's just insufferable. I really hate him.
No.
But I enjoy actually playing the game. I just wish that he would shut up. And I wouldn't actually mind him talking so much if he weren't so randomly yelly all the time. He just yells at random all the time. Other than
Like
that,
Dutch.
no,
You love that guy.
I do let he never stay with me, Arthur. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I was working on helping a friend learn how to play Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And that's been going pretty well.
Horribly. Oh, yeah.
No, he's actually coming along quite well. He's gravitated toward Balrog, so he's really liking that guy. And so the other night, me, him, and Sandy had a lobby going, and it went for an hour, so it was pretty good.
Nice.
Sandy actually helped me get an otherwise unattainable trophy in Samurai Showdown yesterday.
Which was
there's one to like play an online team battle,
Mm,
and no one plays online team battle.
sure.
Yeah, so he jumped on and helped me get that one, and I beat him, so it was cool.
So is a team battle set up kind? Is a team battle set up kind of like the way King of Fighters is?
Very much so if you're playing just one on one. Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Eh,
then me and Tom played Last Blade. Rollback netcode's real good. Had a good time. So
Mwah.
nice.
two chef's kisses, one. So
Yeah.
Um, I so I recorded my other podcast yesterday, and so
you have another podcast.
Fat
yeah.
Man on Batman. Is that you?
Yes, yes, I am Kevin Smith. No, I've been doing the Tank Rodriguez relationship show.
Oh, okay.
With
Thanks for the
him.
memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm I thought I put it in the group chat. I guess maybe I was just telling Tom about it,
I
but
think you
yeah.
just told me because you
Oh,
didn't want Ryan to
sorry.
know.
Understandable.
Yeah. So anyways, but I did the two chef's kisses thing because I'm used to you guys doing it, and they didn't know what I was doing at first, but they like rolled with it, and I was like, oh, wrong group.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I've
that
now
Tank
done the
Rodriguez is like that dude's a voice, man.
Yeah.
You know,
yes.
like even in just normal conversation,
I feel like he's always
it's
trying
like
to.
you're talking to a host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like he's trying to
It
sell
just-
me something.
He's definitely got some very natural talent.
Well,
Well, I don't
he
know if
did.
it's natural or not, but he's got some
He did.
talent. You know?
One of his first jobs was like out of teenagerhood is selling used cars. So he did used to be a car salesman,
And
but
the Falconbird.
yeah, no, it was super weird working with him too because like he's just always that like he's always on,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel like necessarily insincere. Like I don't know, love him, good dude.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
but
cool.
I just wanted to say that I've incorporated the chef's kisses into multiple facets of my life, and I want to say thank you. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if more people don't do it.
I give the two chef's kisses, one. So.
But I have been coming out of a bit of a like quarantine depression slump, so of course I've just been playing Animal Crossing. But I also had like a bit of a breakdown with Animal Crossing.
Uh-oh.
I was following one guide to get blue roses. It's the only hybrid I don't have. It's the hardest hybrid to get. And so I spent all this time on one guide, found out it's incorrect, followed another one, spent an entire weekend taking everything off my island to make only gardening patches for my flowers because I was so frustrated. I took off every single item from my island and re-terraformed to make better patches to find out that I did the steps of that wrong. Like I had it written down in a notebook and I wrote it down wrong and I spent an entire weekend and I had a bit of a breakdown. But this week, I've been taking care of myself more and playing less Animal Crossing and like cleaning my apartment
Good.
and
You hate to see that.
like actually doing my like regular skincare routine to like just been doing some self-care this week, which I think is important. Not as important as
Right
video
on.
games, but
I
still
got this
important.
new shampoo. That's self-care, right?
Yeah.
And I like that stuff a lot. It makes me smell like a grandma.
Did you only buy it because
I
you needed
like
more
that.
shampoo?
Well, I was out of shampoo, so I got this other shampoo that I had never got before, and it makes my hair smell like a grandma.
It's like your hair is always giving you a hug.
Yeah,
The
a
hair-
mouth hug.
You're. Actually, there was one thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I did yesterday, or the day before. I told you guys that I got involved with playing an adventure game with a group of people. Like I kind of so I had a good time. It had a really good time. It was really fun.
Did you do this over the internet?
Yeah, we did it. We did it over the internet. It was really fun, and I made some new friends. So it was like playing a text adventure, except I was saying the text. It was really neat. I was actually feeling a lot of anxiety about it beforehand because I've never RP'd with people before, but I ended up having a really good time, and the nerves went away. So I
Nice.
so I tried a new thing and I like it. That's all.
Awesome.
That's like when I tried anal.
Sure.
Receiving or giving?
I mean, the world will never know.
Sure. I mean, you know.
uh,
Yeah.
so this week you guys want to talk about, I guess, dead franchises or series of games that need to come back?
Yeah, come back to me.
Maybe come
Okay.
back?
Sure.
Sure.
I listened to our last episode and I can't stop clicking this fucking pin.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I didn't want to take away your comfort, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I'll stop filing my hooves now that I know it's audible.
It was very
Yeah.
loud.
The clippity clop.
Yeah, your hooves.
So yeah. I mean, you asked on the phone, is it just going to be a series or just, games that you would like to see a sequel to? All that I have are series, but I don't really care what you want to do, Shanae.
Oh, I just had one game. That was all. It's not a big deal. I have
Yeah.
other stuff, and I have input from Berto as well.
Okay.
Okay. That's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
I just
Let's
tried.
go first.
I just tried to do Robert
don't
De
care.
Niro and I couldn't do it.
I'll go first.
Okay.
do it.
So my first one is Left 4 Dead.
That's
Yes.
kind of coming back.
A little bit. We don't know when.
Is
but
it?
So Turtle Rock is doing Back for Blood because they can't legally call it Left 4 Dead, but it's
Gotcha.
the same idea. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Obviously,
great
great
game
series.
though. Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Probably one of the funnest time I've had with friends is playing that game.
Same.
Yeah.
The Condemned series, I liked it.
Oh.
I only ever played the first one,
So.
I played more the second one than the first one.
but I
The
like the first one a lot.
the first one is really great. The second one starts strong, but then goes into some weird territory and like kind of peters out at the end.
And
but-
Ryan bought me the PC version of the first game a couple years back, which
Like
is the first time I played it since it initially came out, and like it holds up pretty well. Like
Mhm.
it's kind of dated visually, but like still.
It was that last gen launch shininess on all the characters, but
Yeah.
that game is still very very spooky and scary.
Yeah, spooky, scary.
I also have Dead Space.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, 3 did kind of flop, but like 1 and 2, I feel like were super strong.
I like Dead Space 3 a lot. I think that the microtransaction stuff in that game was pretty sketch, but like
The Michael transactions.
My name is Mr. Michael Transactions.
Do you declare bankruptcy?
Yeah, but no, I like that game a lot.
That series is so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's hard though, right? Because like Visceral's dead,
yeah,
Yeah.
and like EA owns that property. So like, do you go after independent developers that were part of Visceral? And if you get approached by EA, and you were part of that team, might you not be a little pissed that they shuttered that team and
Yeah.
not want to work with them? It's very
Yeah.
difficult,
yeah.
But
But
I
I
would love to see that.
But I also think that has a lot to, because I'm sure that there's like quite a bit of emotional investment in that franchise, and it's just so fucking good, and I would love to see it come back. I wonder, like, after the ending of 3, like I imagine they would probably have to do a new protagonist, I think, but that's
Well, even if you just do it the same universe but at a different time.
yeah, but yeah, I would love to see Dead Space come back, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what
Uh,
would be cool is like the first game, it's like Ishimura shortly after things have gone bad.
Yeah,
It almost feels like Rapture.
yeah, I was just
in
thinking
BioShock
that.
1,
Yeah.
right? There was like signs of life there.
Yeah.
And that's all. That was always one of my favorite parts about that game was the setting. In Infinite, Burial at Sea is like Rapture just before it goes bad.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
like it's populated for the first time, and that could be neat. That could be neat to actually see people going through their day-to-day life on the Ishimura.
yeah, Dead Space Infinite.
But yeah,
this one is a shout out for Paloma, obviously the Skate series.
Fuck yeah, Skate needs to
Make
come back.
make EA skate again.
Well,
Uh,
Skater XL is about to hit 1.0, and that's pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I never played the series, but I just wanted to give a shout out for her.
I loved it. Loved all
Uh,
three of those games, man. I never played Skate It for the Wii, but all the other ones were fantastic.
yeah, no, you weren't missing out on much. The Chrono series, loved Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, it's hard to call it a series, right? Like, obviously Chrono Cross is tied to it, but
Yeah.
it feels so removed,
They
you
feel
know?
like they feel so different from each other. Uh, but at the same
Uh,
time, I don't know. I think that they're both really good.
for
Um,
sure.
uh,
Visually, and just like from just an artistic standpoint, I think Chrono Trigger is way better.
yeah.
But like Tokyo RPG Factory has been making some games that play like I Am Setsuna is very similar to Chrono Trigger, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I was also thinking about games that like people around me may want to play again. And so some of these games I like that I was thinking about, I was like, well, has there been a new one? And like some of them there has been, and I just didn't know.
Hmm.
Sure.
So I dropped those from my list. But Epic Mickey, the first one was super great. My
Yeah.
sister absolutely loved it.
Epic
She
Mickey was
hated
cool.
Epic Mickey 2. I know
Power
so
of
did a
Two.
lot of people. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people did not like Power of Two.
So I remember seeing like pre-release stuff for Epic Mickey, but like I never actually saw that game in action. Like, what kind of like how did that game play? What kind of game was it?
It's a
So it
platformer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a platformer. It was on the Wii. I feel like it moved really, really well for having to use the Wii controller. I never
Okay.
felt like it felt like super slow or clunky. Like
Mm.
I
Yeah.
felt like it for that console, it was a pretty seamless game. It was fun, like because you like, I mean, he painted, took away color, gave color, did that stuff to it. So that was always like
Hints of
super
the
fun.
Blob. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Or Sean
Mickey.
White skateboarding.
Mickey had his like sassy, mischievous personality instead of his like super generic one he has now. So it felt
It was
like
supposed to be much darker than it actually was
yes, it
because of
was.
Disney. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, Epic Mickey. So I was looking into that, and I never played the series, but I did read the manga. It Suikoden.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I've never played some Suikoden, but like I know people that swear by that shit, man.
yeah, there's like people who are ride
Yeah.
or die. So when I was doing my research, I just wanted to give a shout out, even if I am not particularly familiar. At least I feel like it deserved an honorable mention because like that manga like hit was really popular. And
Sure.
then
I own
this is just a game.
Suikoden 3 on PS2. I don't know.
Nice.
That's the only one I've ever played.
That's one that turned to the manga.
Okay.
And then I want a new Golden Sun game for the Switch. I want to play Golden Sun again.
I know you. Yeah, you liked Golden Sun.
And
Golden Sun would be cool, man, and like Switch would be the perfect place for it. So many of those GBA RPGs and DS RPGs would come over so nicely.
yeah. And then Birdo's honorable mention is Dino Crisis.
Yeah,
Dino Crisis. A lot of people clamoring for Dino Crisis lately.
I do like Dino Crisis, like quite a bit.
That was his first
So
answer.
yeah, I mean, there was what 3 of those games.
Yeah, I believe so. I
Dino
want to
Crisis would be cool.
say one of them. I think I want to say Dino Crisis 3 was the Xbox exclusive, but I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Dino Crisis would be fun. Um, I don't know. I feel like I would want it the way that I wanted the RE remakes to be. Like I wanted them to be like RE1 remake,
Sure, sure.
and they wouldn't be that.
Yeah. They would definitely. I'm sure they would be definitely closer to RE2 and RE3 remake.
Yeah.
But with dinosaurs, which still sounds quite awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
um,
For sure. Yeah.
but like I think that so the cool thing about Dino Crisis is that like that game came out around the time. Well, that was after like I had stopped being scared by Resident Evil because I think the one Resident Evil that ever scared me uh, at that period was the first one, and then I didn't really get creeped out by the other ones. But like Dino Crisis like took that Resident Evil formula and made it scary to me again because I think dinosaurs are scarier than zombies. But
Well, and we had Jurassic Park,
sure,
that
yeah,
like, I mean, when I was a kid, the first Jurassic Park scared me pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
Did your goats got? Ah.
Uh, yeah, my goat cheese.
yeah. Which is gross, by the way, as it turns out. I tried it for the
No,
first
it's
time not too
not.
long ago, and it's real gross.
Nah,
Real gross. Ugh.
you're wrong. You're wrong.
Mm.
I'll make you a goat cheese pizza. You'll love it.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
got.
Dino Crisis is fantastic. That's a good one, Berto.
Um,
So are we just going through our whole list then, the way you did?
Oh, I assume so.
Okay. Ryan, you want to go or you want me to go?
I want you to go, Thomas.
Okay. Let's see. So I got Sin and Punishment. I've talked about Sin and Punishment quite a bit on the show.
Yeah.
I think so it's a game by Treasure. Treasure just is known for making fan-fucking-tastic games, right? But it's a Nintendo-owned IP, which I don't think a lot of people realize. And it's got to be Nintendo's darkest franchise, and I think that's so fucking cool. Like if Sin and Punishment came out today, I would imagine it would be an M-rated game, which is unheard of from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Not to mention the gameplay's badass. On-rail shooter with melee and like a dodge mechanic, like just super cool.
Yeah.
I got a lot of Nintendo stuff on here. Wave Race.
Absolutely, please, yes, thank you.
Yeah. So there's only been 3 Wave Race games and I guess 2 spin-offs if you count 1080, right? Like 1080's in the same universe. Very different games, though,
Sure. Yeah.
But like of all like these watercraft racers, Hydro Thunder, comes to mind. I love Hydro Thunder. I love Riptide. But like I love Wave Race more than any of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's really only 64 and what is it, Blue Storm? Because the first Wave Race I didn't play, and I can't imagine the first Wave Race being very fun on the Game Boy, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But yeah, Wave Race I would love to see come back. Kid Icarus. So there's been 3 Kid Icarus games, I believe. The first 2 are okay. Like they're just kind of vertical scrolling platformers.
Yeah.
Which was neat for the time. Other than something like Donkey Kong or Bubble Bobble, you didn't really see that at the time. But like those didn't move at all. Like you went up in those games, but they didn't really move. But like I'm thinking more like Kid Icarus Uprising. I really love that game. I would even just love a port of that to the Switch would be fantastic. Not enough people played that game, and playing it on the 3DS is a chore. Like it sucks to play that game on the 3DS. But it's the only way to play it, unless you emulate it. I got WarioWare. So I really
nice.
like WarioWare. They came out with WarioWare Gold like last year or the year before. But like the Switch was already out and they put it on 3DS and I'm like, why? Yeah, some of those games wouldn't work on Switch, but the majority of them would,
Yeah, just cut out the ones that won't.
Right, and it's just a compilation of mini games. They can pick and choose what they want on there anyway.
Yeah.
But I really love WarioWare. I feel like the series got worse over time, but as far as mini game compilations go, I've been playing the original on Shanae's Wii U, loving it.
You're welcome.
The next is very similar to that, NES Remix. So they made 2 NES Remix games, and basically, if you don't know NES Remix, it's a bunch of mini games that are pulled from the gameplay of old NES games. So you'll be playing like, I don't know, like Excite Bike, right?
Mm.
And it'll be like, make 3 racers crash. And you've got
Cool.
fucking 20 seconds to do it. And it'll very rapidly go to another game.
Right.
So they made 2 of those. Very similar to WarioWare in a way. But like, I think they could...
You just love mini games.
Yeah. If they're good, right? Like these are fucking fantastic. I think like unless they're going to get licenses from games that aren't first party, then it's time to move on, and they could do like SNES Remix would be really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. Luminous. I would like to see a new Luminous. So we got Luminous remastered not long ago. But before that, the last Luminous I could think of was Electronic Symphony, which was quite a while back. So, like an actual new Luminous game, I would love. I don't know how well Luminous sells, but like they keep making them, right? So they got to be
I
selling
feel like
okay.
Luminous did pretty well. Like well, I guess I can't say that, right? Because like critical reception and commercial success aren't
Right.
necessarily the same thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, right. Like everyone loved Electronic Symphony, right? But
yeah,
it was trapped on the console nobody fucking bought.
yeah.
So yeah.
I go for some more
Yeah.
Luminous though. Absolutely.
Same with Panzer Dragoon, right? So we just got the remaster, but I would
Hmm.
like an actual new game in that series.
Yeah.
Would be cool. I feel like that series has more good games than bad games. I feel like that series, pound for pound, is better than Star Fox.
Oh,
And
absolutely. Like
like
when I
Pound for fucking
I
pound.
loved Star Fox 64 a lot,
yeah,
but like most Star Fox games aren't. Most Panzer Dragoon games are great.
yeah.
So
Uh,
that would be cool.
Panzer Dragoon 2, still,
Zwei.
yeah, like still one of my favorite games. I would love to. Yeah, Dragoon is awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Orta's fantastic. And you can still get Orta if you have an Xbox One, which coincidentally, if you play that game for a long enough time, unlocks the original for you. So
Yeah.
it's two of them that you can still play if you own an Xbox One. Bushido Blade, I think, would be really cool. Like, it's just a different kind of fighting game, right?
Yeah.
And like, I was thinking about it today because Ryan said this is what he wanted to do, and like Samurai Showdown is what we've been playing, and like Samurai Showdown is kind of that, but not really.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Like the
like Bushido Blade is more like a one strike type
but
thing.
like the amount of damage you could end a
Yeah.
Samurai Showdown round in 3 hits. So
Right, but you can end a Bushido Blade,
and
most
one
Bushido Blade
and one hit.
rounds, and in one hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that'd be really cool. Except for that last boss with the gun, that's not cool.
I mean, he can kill you in one hit.
Nah.
Yeah, the rest of them were fighting games. Darkstalkers needs to come back.
Sure.
It's been a
Ooh.
long time since Vampire Savior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A new Darkstalkers would be
great.
cool. Yeah. For sure.
And they put so many Darkstalkers references in Street Fighter V. They put so many Darkstalkers characters in the Marvel games. Like,
What are we doing?
just fucking do it. And then Rival Schools is my last one. Rival Schools is criminally underrated. Very fun series that shares some things with Street Fighter as far as story goes, but it's way way different. You build a team, but it doesn't work like King of Fighters. It doesn't work like Marvel. Like it's just its own fucking thing.
Yeah.
This is a really cool game.
Yeah.
And because that series started in 3D and didn't start with hand-drawn sprites, I think it would look better than like say Street Fighter, right? Like to me, Street Fighter 3 looks better than Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 3 is one of the best looking fighting games of all time.
But that's because of the change in art direction, right?
Yeah.
And a change in going from 2D to 3D. Rival Schools was always 3D.
Yeah.
I think it would age up real nice.
I forgot to write it down, but I also had another game, Ape Escape. I'd love a new Ape Escape.
Ryan was talking about that not too long ago.
Yeah,
I know.
Ape Escape was the first game I ever played for 24 hours straight. I love that game.
I loved it too. But yeah, so a new Ape Escape would be cool on the Switch as well.
Yeah.
Nintendo, do all these things.
Yeah.
Nintendo can't make Ape Escape for you, dude.
Yeah. Sony can take that care of that for you though.
You don't think Nintendo could throw around its Nintendo money? Make
Throwing
like
around that fucking Nintendo dick, that big old Reggie dick.
Yeah. That
He's gone, I guess.
yeah, that Nintendo's big red dick. Okay. Yeah, I would absolutely play a new Ape Escape, and they actually not too long ago, because they have, you know how they have those PS2 games, you can just buy them on PS4. They have Ape Escape 2 on
Yeah.
there, and I've been looking at that. Um, but I could
I
also
wouldn't do it.
I could also just like not be lazy and hook up the PS2 and play the actual copy that I own.
Yeah, no, just do
Yeah,
that. Don't spend the money.
yeah,
And the fidelity of that would be better,
yeah.
honestly.
And, you know, we're in uncertain times. You don't need to be financially committing to a game that you already own.
Sure.
He's just trying to stimulate the economy, Shanae. Calm
Yeah,
down.
some of us
Ah,
care about America, Shanae, so maybe chill
well, I'm a
out.
commie, so.
Sure. I could smell it on you. All right. So I have a few that I'd like to rattle off. I want to see how these strike you. I'm just gonna read them in the order that I have them written down, not in order of performance or preference or whatever.
That's
All
what
right.
I did as well.
In
Uh,
performance,
so,
yeah.
so I guess if I'm looking at it, it's kind of no, not really. All right. So the first one I have on there is the bouncer. I would love to see the bouncer too. Absolutely.
What would you want that to be?
So I think that honestly, um, I guess I feel like it's kind of a cop out to say more of the same, but I would honestly be okay with that. Like more of the
I
same.
feel like that's what the Quiet Man is.
Well, no, from what I understand about the Quiet Man, it's not that.
I
Uh,
mean, it's a 3D brawler. That's basically what the bouncer was.
well, I don't. Well, from what I understand, the Quiet Man didn't have as that much brawling in it. But I mean, I've never played it, so I can't say.
That's
But
pretty much all the game is, yeah.
but the bouncer also had three characters who played distinct from one another.
Sure.
They had upgradable move sets. I think I would like to see those characters come back with cooler moves, but also like maybe add another playable character or two. Um, the game.
No.
They could add the guy from the Quiet Man.
Uh, oh
That's
yeah, they
somewhere
do
in
own
it,
that
right?
guy. Yeah, they do own that
Yeah.
guy. So yeah, he could be the guy that you just beat up. But yeah, I've always, I don't know. I hear a lot of people talk about, whenever I hear people talk about the bouncer, they talk about it being a crappy game. I don't know how many other people actually played the game. I know that I like it, and
I played it.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it come back.
I don't think it was bad for the time.
Yeah, I think okay. So that game was a launch game, and with launch games, they always try to like Sony has a thing where like every time a game launches, they try to incorporate the then current controller gimmick in it, and
Yep, infamous Second Son.
yeah, and so with this one, the gimmick with PS2 was the pressure sensitive buttons, and they tried to incorporate it in the bouncer, where the harder you press the button, the harder the strike would be, but it never worked out the way it was supposed to. So
They didn't play Street Fighter One, I guess.
yeah, they did not. I guess not. But I think the bouncer is pretty great. The second one I have on here is Kingdoms of Amalur.
Oh,
Uh,
Oh
nice.
yeah, dude.
I love that game like a lot. And I was
Never gonna happen.
yeah, it just man, I want that game to come back though because I remember when you know what sucks is I think back to when I played that game the first time. I literally thought like, man, can't wait for part two. And then
I'm, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure the development of Kingdoms of Amalur bankrupted a state, but I don't quote me on that.
worth it,
Pretty
worth
positive
it,
that game bankrupted a state.
worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's worth it. So I think okay, so that game came out around the same time as Skyrim, I think, and
Yeah, I did.
um, you know, and like I remember Tom actually got it for me. He was like, you know, I'm not really much into Skyrim, but I really like this game, and
Yep.
I checked it out, and it was like I just thought the combat was way cooler. You know, story was way more engaging, and like I just think also it was just a better looking game too. I just feel like
I mean, it had an art direction, right?
yeah, and it was definitely like prevalent throughout
Wait,
the game too.
I think a Todd McFarlane art direction, but I could be wrong. Did he
Uh,
not do the art direction on that game?
so I can't say that for sure, but
Okay, it doesn't matter.
I will say anecdotally, that's a very Todd McFarlane looking game. But yeah, I would love it if like you know something could happen. It won't, but that game needs to come. Like they need to make another one. That game was just so
Well,
fantastic.
I mean, originally, right? It was Kingdoms of Amalur: Comet Reckoning because there were
Right.
supposed to be other entries.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
believe one of them was supposed to be an MMO.
Yes, it was.
Uh,
Really?
It was.
yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure. Uh, I might be wrong about this, but I think they might have been developed simultaneously.
Yeah,
But
maybe. I don't know. But
um,
we need to look it up, though, because that bankrupted somebody.
yeah.
Either a city or a state, but it did some major damage.
Well, like yeah, because like you'd be surprised like how often like state governments fund video game development. Like the
Yep.
state of Georgia like helped fund Killing Floor
Killing
too.
Floor.
So
Yeah.
um, also okay, I have Destruction Derby on here. So I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but Destruction Derby was uh, it's one of the games that like made me decide that I wanted a PS1. Because like back at that time, like to me, like the biggest deal in the world was like damage modeling on cars. I don't know what it was. It was just the coolest thing in the world to me. We got Wreckfest pretty recently, which is it was all right.
Doesn't scratch that itch.
But I feel like Destruction Derby was just so much more over the top, and was kind of part of what made it cooler. Especially because you had your races, and really like I think they called them wreck races or something like that. And then they actually had like full on destruction derbies, and like it would be like 50 cars in like in this bowl type arena, and they'd all just like
See,
rush toward the middle, and then like when they hit, like a bunch of cars would fly up into the sky, and it was the coolest thing ever.
I liked the races. I didn't care for the actual Destruction Derby part. That to me that just felt like bad bumper cars, But like the actual racing, I thought was pretty fun.
The best bumper
Uh,
cars.
yeah,
Your mom's
like
bumper cars.
And I think they made two of those, and then like there was a God. I'm trying to remember. There was they did a spiritual successor to that franchise, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. I'll look it up later. But yeah, I would like that. I would love that franchise to come back, especially like with how good games look now, and how much I still like that shit. Like I would love to see another one.
well, it's funny too, right? Because like Western console manufacturers, that I guess that's not very. I mean, I guess you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Very much like to show their hardware off with
cars.
racing games.
Yeah,
So yeah, it could definitely be a good visual piece.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have Tenchu on here.
I almost put that on mine,
Yeah,
but then I was like, there's too many games that are like Tenchu now.
yeah. But there's nothing. But none of them are Tenchu.
Ricky
And
Maru.
Ricky Maru is so fucking cool. And like as far as video game ninjas go, he's probably one of my favorites. But yeah, like the whole like I think Stealth Assassins was probably the first like stealth action game that I ever played, and like graphically speaking, like that game does not hold up well, but whatever. Like
It's not bad. I
but
played
it's
it like last year.
but
It's not that
it's
bad.
still very fun to play,
Yeah.
and like using the grappling hook to like go across rooftops is still badass, and yeah, like I think they made like four of those games.
Well, there was Tenchu Z. There was Stealth Assassins.
And I think Tenchu Z was the one that you could
Uh,
make your own ninja, but
I don't know.
but like
Because of games like Sekiro and like the gameplay we saw of Tsushima, I'm just like, maybe we don't need a new Tenchu,
yeah, but I don't know. But I think part of like so the thing about games and like that are I think that like big thing about games for me is specific characters, and
Yeah.
there are certainly games like out that are like Tenchu at this point.
Oh, dude, Origami. You got to play Origami.
Oh yeah, I think I watched you play. I think I watched you play that. That game looks really
Very Tenchu. Like that is
Yeah.
straight up Tenchu,
Yeah.
more so than those other two games.
cool. I have Splinter Cell on here.
That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know it's gonna happen, but I want it to happen now, Tom.
I just think a lot of people don't think it's happening, But like every single other game in that leak got announced,
Yeah.
you know?
Um,
Like what? They just happen to be wrong about Splinter Cell? Nah, I don't
You know
think
what's
so.
funny
They
is
they just happen to put Sam Fisher in things now. Nah.
yeah, and like it's funny because like I thought that the only thing that they like Sam Fisher showed up in was Wildlands, but apparently like he's been like showing up in other Ubisoft games too. So like
Pretty sure Rainbow Six, right?
yeah,
I think.
yeah. So just like
Yeah,
just do it already. Um,
it's gonna
Just do
happen.
it.
also, Siphon Filter. Uh,
Yeah, dude. Logan.
yeah, Gabe Logan, dude. Dude, Siphon. I like all of. So I played the first two Siphon Filter games and another one that came out on PS2 called the Omega Strain, which was like as a multiplayer focused Siphon Filter game. But like, what's up, Tom?
I've only ever played Logan Shadow and Dark Mirror,
Those are the
which I don't.
PSP ones, right?
Well, they were also on PS2,
Okay.
but
Also,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were fucking great,
Yeah.
you know.
Um, and like, I would love it if they brought back the taser that like you could just like press down, you could hold the trigger down till they caught on fire, which
Yeah.
is. But yeah, they were just. I think Siphon Filter is like just is like a really solid shooter.
Oh yeah, I have played that one because I have it on my fucking
Yeah.
PSP Classic. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Sleeping Dogs. I want that.
yeah.
That's
Um,
another weird one, right? Like that one also they made a MMO.
Yeah.
Like
I forgot about that.
yeah.
yeah.
That
So,
was a cool game though. That was a cool game.
yeah. I would
I
like.
liked being the gold man. You could run around that game solid gold,
Yeah.
and that's really funny to me.
But it's just
Because
like.
you just like you make yourself gold and you go kung fu people,
Yeah.
and then ride a motorcycle to escape.
I mean, that's the dream, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I think.
that's
Yeah.
a weird one.
Someone's dream.
Going on dates.
Yeah,
The solid goal.
the funny thing about
Yeah, solid gold dates.
the funny thing about when you go on the dates is you go on the dates, you have a nice time, and then you ghost them. You never see these women again. It's just like we're just.
And then
like-
you just ghost them.
I mean,
They
you
don't
don't
know
have
if you.
time for that.
They don't know if you're alive.
I mean, to be fair, you're trying to bust a crime syndicate in Hong Kong. You don't really have.
I thought
time
you were saying
for
bust a nut.
I mean,
But
that
like,
too.
if we ever get another Sleeping Dogs, let's work on the English voice acting of it.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
let's be not so.
You know.
Racist?
Let's just work on it.
Let's just. Well, we have some notes. Whoever. I think I do. Think,
I mean, it's not on the Shadow Warrior level.
Oh, no,
but,
Shadow-
Like,
See, the thing about Shadow Warrior is like at first I thought they were oblivious, and then it very much started to seem intentional to me.
oh yeah, this guy's name is like Long Wang or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just. Ugh. I have also Fighting Force.
Yeah, dude, Fighting Force.
Like I think Fighting Force. So Fighting Force started out very promising, and then they gave it a really bad sequel in a totally different genre, and that's
People
it.
always forget that Fighting Force was intended to be Streets of Rage 4.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's such a weird timeline to think about, you know. But
Yeah.
like with the direction that games were going, like that's probably where I would have taken Streets of Rage as well. You
Yeah.
know, that game is fucking rad.
It's Fighting Force it's just a very very good brawler, and it's like it holds up so well. And I would like to see like especially not now that we're getting brawlers in the modern era again. I would like to see I like to see it revisited, honestly.
Well, because we're not getting a lot of 3D brawlers. Very
No.
few.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're all 2D for the
Yeah.
most part. So it would be
But
cool.
like you brought up a few weeks ago when we were talking about Dreamcast, you brought up Zombie Revenge.
Yeah,
You know, like 3D brawlers like that, or like you started saying the bouncer, like that's basically what the bouncer is.
yeah,
Would be really cool.
yeah. I would definitely play another Fighting Force. Like okay, also next I have Prince of Persia, and I know that Assassin's Creed came out of Prince of Persia, but it's not the same. I guess now it's kind of becoming the same because they're putting all that supernatural and magic shit in there.
It's not though,
But,
right?
like-
Because like Prince of Persia was never like a big ass open world like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it was
and
more linear and focused.
Yeah, and like especially now that I've seen that like did you ever see that that unreleased Prince of Persia test footage from 2012?
No.
Like it kind of like became like it's kind of been circulating recently, and Prince of Persia was going in a very cool direction when they stopped making that game.
Well, I
Uh,
remember they did that revamp where it was kind of cartoony looking.
yeah, so that game was very
Like,
cool. The game was actually very
yeah,
cool.
I bought that one, but I don't think I ever played it.
Yeah, that game was
But
very cool. But like the direction they were taking Prince of Persia after that seemed like it was going to be awesome.
yeah,
Based on the footage that I saw, right? Like there's not a whole, it's not a very long video, but like based on what I saw, it was that game was going to be really cool. And yeah, I would like Prince of Persia to come back. I very much doubt that it will, but
I think there's hope, man. Like people forget Prince of Persia is fucking old. Sands of
yeah,
Time is not the first Prince of Persia, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Like that's an ancient fucking series. I would
yeah,
not be surprised if we see it someday.
yeah, maybe,
Probably not soon,
yeah.
but
Um, but yeah, I would like that. And I guess I had some others that I kind of want to like just lump into one thing because it's kind of they encompass like kind of just the same desire with me. But like, I had Vigilante 8 and Twisted Metal on here.
mm,
But
I was
honestly,
thinking about Twisted Metal, but I honestly wouldn't be too excited if a new one came out. So,
I think I have like a lot of affection for Twisted Metal, especially Twisted Metal Black. I think is like Twisted Metal Black and Twisted Metal 2 specifically. Like I love both of those games a lot, and I think that like Twisted Metal 2012 could have been so fucking cool, but
yeah, the
uh,
gameplay was fantastic.
yeah, but like there were just but like again like a big part of a big part of Twisted Metal is the personality of the drivers and the cars, and
yeah.
they took 50% of that equation away, and just it just wasn't the same. And also they chose like I don't know they chose three characters to focus on, and I think Sweet Tooth is cool, but the other two were just fucking
Meh.
lame.
I also think like being so like that's a pretty edgy, like violent for violence sake franchise, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
which appealed to a lot of young men back then.
sure.
Uh, I'm not saying that it wouldn't appeal to people now, but I don't think it would have the same audience, you know?
Yeah, it would have to
No.
at this point it would have to be more. I think like there'd have to be more to it than
Yeah,
that. Which is
yeah,
like, but also like alongside that, I also wrote Vigilante
And
8, which
I'll
is like, I love Vigilante 8.
yeah.
Honestly, the first one I like the first one a lot more than Vigilante 8 too, just because like it just I don't know that it just sometimes sequels get weird in a bad way, and I think the sequel to that got really with some weird places. But I think Vigilante 8 like did a lot of really cool things. Had like
When you were a kid, did you wonder if there were 7 vigilante games you'd missed out on?
uh no, because I think that like I caught onto the advertising in a way that was that helped me understand that like the 8 was specific
Sure.
to that game. Um,
Well, it's like Waku Waku 7. A lot of
yeah,
people are like, well, where are the others? I'm like, no, dude, it's not that.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah, and the last one I have on here is Nightmare Creatures. I like the first one.
Wow.
I like Nightmare Creatures 1 a lot. Like that game was like that game was creepy and spooky, but also like it was a really fun action game. Um,
Maybe I'll give it more of a try. I
uh,
fired it up like a couple of weeks ago and like immediately shut it off.
I liked it a lot. I
But
thought
like you're the second person in like the last few weeks I've heard talking about it, you know?
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't like Nightmare Creatures 2 very much, but I like the first one like a lot. And I wish I kind of remember who made that game, but yeah, I'd like to see another one.
I've got one more that I
Okay.
think Shanae would probably agree with me on, and I believe is still happening. It got announced a while back, but I haven't heard anything new about it. Is the next Alice game?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'd be super down for that.
Yeah, because those
Even
are
if
fucking crazy and they're really fun. And like, yeah, they probably appeal to mostly Jared Leto Joker fans, but like, it's
Ah,
a fun fucking game, you
ah,
know?
I
ah,
but
ah.
also just the I guess like weeaboo girls too. I don't know. I don't know what I'd fall under
Yeah,
the
for
trash
sure.
category.
What
A
like
Like
what
lot, a
I
kind
don't
of
lot of
know.
people,
what
a
kind
lot
of
of
game?
cosplayers for that.
What kind of fucking game is this?
I mean, it's an
I
action platformer.
Okay.
But
Uh,
it's all dark and spooky twist
Yeah,
on Alice in Wonderland. It's Hot Topic sponsored this game.
yeah, pretty much.
cool.
But like some of
uh
those visuals, though, even from the first game, are like they're just really neat, you know? Like, yeah, they're very Hot Topic for sure. It is that kind of series, you know? But like
it's what Tim Burton
the
wishes he
card
could be.
platforms and stuff like that, like really neat stuff.
Yeah, also in the second one they did those like different art styles, like you'd go in the scrolls and like
Yeah.
you'd be doing 2D and that was pretty fun too. Like I don't know. Like I liked the gun, I liked the theme. Like I said, it's what Tim Burton wishes he could be. Like I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Uh but I have a game for you guys this week.
I know, because you asked me questions.
Yeah, I kind of had.
Questions.
There's no way to like secretly do this
Yeah.
without like y'all ruining it because y'all like to ruin games sometimes. But we're doing the Newlywed Game, but not a. I don't have a clever title for this because y'all aren't married
Yet.
Yeah.
yet.
Give it time.
So, if you're not familiar,
The someday wed game.
Yeah.
I, however, to play this game, I asked you guys questions beforehand. I couldn't really do it on air without the other guys noticing or hearing each other's answers. And I'm gonna guess, or I'm gonna ask them what they think the other person said to some of these questions. Who wants to
Yeah.
go first?
I want to go first.
All right, Tom. What game did Ryan say that he would play at home while he was sick?
Elite Dangerous.
Nope. Street Fighter 5. Oh, I didn't realize this was gonna be backwards.
It's not backwards.
It wasn't
Oh,
backwards.
it's just a me. Got it.
Street Fighter 5, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to
And
be
then,
sick and get his ass beat, huh?
what game do you think made Ryan cry the most?
The Last of Us.
No, man, I thought you knew this one.
Yeah, Telltale Games, The Walking Dead.
Oh, sure, sure.
All right. If he could trade places with a game character from any game, who would it be?
Hmm.
Someone he thinks is cool and
Someone he
would want
thinks
to
is cool.
I don't think
and
he's
would
gonna
want
get.
to.
He's not gonna get this one.
Probably Dutch from Resident Evil 2.
That's actually pretty close.
Yeah.
Marcus Holloway from Watch Dogs.
2.
Marcus Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, you know what? Can I change my answer?
Nope.
Dominic Santiago?
My wife.
What? What game did Ryan find the spookiest?
Hold on.
Which ones gave him the heebies and the jeebies the most?
I know what he's gonna say.
I mean, the scaredest that I've seen Ryan is playing PT.
I guess
Because
that's
he
true.
was horrified.
I was. That lady's always behind you, you know?
But I'm going to say Outlaw.
Fatal Frame.
Oh, sure.
Well, I specifically said Fatal Frame 2, Shanae.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you?
the
Yeah.
Crimson Butterfly.
Yeah, that game's really scary.
All right. Which game do you think Ryan wishes he could play again for the first time?
Hmm. River City Ransom.
I mean, they both start with R's. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. I got the
Arthur.
2 for that one.
Arthur, what are you doing, Arthur?
Play me again, Arthur.
Play me again, Arthur. Don't you remember, Arthur? Tahiti.
And if Ryan could have one video game hack be also a real life hack and have 0 bad consequences, what hack do you think it would be?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. All right.
Oh, what it is? I'm gonna throw
it's-
this card away then.
It's infinite ammo, because Ryan, he doesn't want to be a 2-pump chump, So he want. Oh, okay. All right.
Why would I need more? You know what? Never mind.
The Sims money trick or the Rosebud hack.
Yeah. What's it called now?
I don't know what it is currently, but it used to be Rosebud.
I know what it is. I just can't think of it.
All right, Tom, you got none of those right, so it's a good thing we're in a relationship.
But in a way,
Right.
I got all.
I don't know. I feel like some of those are pretty accurate.
Motherload. It's Motherload now.
Yeah, mother lover.
LODE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Ryan, time for you to guess Tommy's answers.
Okay.
What game do you think made Thomas the most mad while playing it? Either because it was so bad or just frustrating to play.
Bound by Flame.
Good. I almost did that one. That's a good one.
But the answer is Borderlands the pre-sequel.
Sure, that game sucks.
What game do you think Tom wishes he could play again for the first time?
Odin Sphere.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Emily is away.
That's a good one too.
I like to say it's a good one when it's Tom's answer.
I mean, it's a good game. What are we doing?
What game would Tom play when he's home sick?
We got the same questions?
I said some of them were the same, some of them were different.
I know Tom didn't get the crying one because Tom doesn't cry ever.
Yeah, no, that's one just for you.
Well, Arthur, I want to say Tetris.
You are
Dang.
correct. Ding, 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 ding. Now y'all can smooch on the lips like they do in the real game.
Well, on my
The
screen,
real game.
Our squares aren't next to each other.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we
Tom,
could but
Tom,
it's not gonna work.
I'll look down to my right at Tom because I could see him. Like, hi, Tom.
So what do I have to do? Like this way?
The other way.
Here, I'll just go away. It's gonna be you two guys.
Okay.
Here, open your mouth. Let me just do like this.
And I'm gone again. So.
For audio listeners, Ryan was just filleting my finger.
Let the record show that I was not doing that.
Yeah.
Tom was just wanting it.
Ring,
Ryan
ging.
Ryan has a headache. So, just really proud of you on that one. So, if a video game franchise came up to Tom and was like, "Hey, we want to do a character that's like named after him or based off him," what video game
You're not gonna get this.
would you want? Do you think he would want it to be most? Like, what video game would he want to be or have a character named after?
You're not gonna get it. I actually have a very specific reason why I answered this, but
Golly, Tom, have you and I ever talked about this game before?
oh, for sure. Many
Yes.
times. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a game that I have sang the theme song to, and y'all hate me for.
There's a share video game.
I was trying to give you a hint, but fuck you. I tried.
Fuck me. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
fuck you, Ryan. Gosh, I don't. Shit. I don't. What games have theme songs?
It's not a theme song. It's a
It's
character
not themes.
select song.
Yeah.
Oh, a fucking Marvel game. The
Yeah.
Marvels. Marvel versus Capcoms.
So like in Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter, right? There's this hidden character called Norimaru, and he was only in the Japanese version. So they took him out for the Western versions, right? And it's just this guy, this little Japanese man with glasses and a suit. And he's got a messenger bag, right?
Cool. I like them
Uh,
already.
but what it is it's like it's a character from a TV show. Like it's basically if Mortal Kombat decided they were going to put Earth, right?
Yeah.
But they took it out for Western audiences.
Did you say
But still a
Urkel?
lot, right?
Yes.
Cool.
But like a lot of Westerners played that version, right? Either from pirating it or from arcades who had the wrong region cabinet for shady reasons, right?
Yeah.
So people were just like, "Who the fuck is this?" You know. And I would like to be that. I would like
Cool.
to be that. Yeah.
Who the fuck is this Thomas?
The funny thing about it is, it's like it's not like Thomas is a well-known character in this. It's just like so it's just some guy.
Right. Right. That's what I want.
That'd be cool though.
All right.
Yeah.
What video game hack would Tom want in real life?
Oh, easy. The dong slider from Cyberpunk.
Is that
Did you
because
tell-
I said infinite ammo for you for your loads?
He chose level select.
Like, how does level select apply in real life?
Well, to me, because like, what is level select, if not like moving
Choosing where you
backwards
wanna
and
play at.
forwards in time? You know,
I see.
like it's basically time travel.
So you want
And that
oh,
would
like-
be cool.
like
So you
Curtis,
go back to like the hottest babe you were banging and just
the
do that
hottest
again?
babe.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Go
then-
back to that night I had with your mom.
Oh, I'm glad.
Sure.
She's
Oh,
she needs
Barb.
some more-
You get your
Rhonda.
filthy hands off of her.
Is it Rhonda? Why do I always say
Yeah.
Barbara? Huh.
I don't know. It's Rhonda.
Oh, Ron.
Yeah.
And then
And then I'd play the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, and it'd be fun.
so what video game character would Tom want to switch places with? And that character does have to raise his children.
Right. So at first I picked Steve from Minecraft, but then
Sure.
she was like, "This character is going to raise your kids," so I changed it.
Oh, okay. I guess what?
What do you think Tom would want his to raise his children?
Oh, that's easy. Rick from Splatterhouse.
Blanca.
You know, that's not a. I mean, Blanca has a really good relationship with his mommy, so he
If Blanca knows one thing, it's love
sure Blanca knows how to love.
and electricity.
Yeah.
By the way, that was his immediate answer. After I was like, after he said like Steve from Minecraft, I was like, this is gonna be like the care of your kids. He's like, oh yeah, Blanca. No, it was instant.
Sure.
So Ryan is the winner with the whole 2 points.
Cool.
Well, we know each other pretty well, so
You know, some would say to a fault.
yeah.
So,
I would say to a fault.
Yeah. That was fun.
I am that sound.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our podcast. Let us know about any franchises that you want to come back, any games like you've been missing. Hit us up on we do have a Discord, or
Yeah.
we do have social media. Instagram's really popping.
800
I'm
followers on that bitch now.
800. Shanae, that's 800. Write that down.
You know, let me know what you think. I'm thinking at 1,000 followers doing a giveaway of some.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me know what you want.
You guys like free shit?
Yeah, we'll give away some free shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom will, but I'll claim part of it.
Yeah.
Because apparently I have never mentioned it before, but yeah, I'm also on another podcast. On any of the podcast stuff, not on YouTube though. the Tank Rodriguez
Whoa,
show.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What is happening?
Or
What the
relate.
fuck is this?
Whoa.
What are
Okay,
you
you didn't
doing?
even mention.
It's
You didn't
called
even mention
relationship.
Jason's Customs, and you're gonna plug your own shit.
Wow.
I was gonna
Shanae.
finish it with Jason's Customs.
Man,
We're gonna have to talk after this.
really? Like Shanae got too fucking Hollywood, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's called relationships. Yeah. Well, now it feels really awkward, but
No,
we also
no,
are
dude,
we're
go
also
ahead,
an
plug
affiliate.
yourself.
Yeah, keep going.
I was just gonna do that. We also have an affiliate with Jason's Customs. You find the link below. If you're looking for any fighting sticks or any like modifications, great place to hit them up. I probably won't be back next week, and it was really nice talking to you
Probably
guys.
not.
Yeah,
We're probably won't be back.
we're gonna have to reevaluate the relationship here because
Yeah.
this is I feel like I was blindsided, honestly.
Yeah, Cindy's too busy being a tanker now.
Yeah, she's a whole tanker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me be a host, guys.
Don't use that joke.
Bye.
Bye.